I'm Noel.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Cole.
And we're living overseas on a dime.
That's a Jen. So yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Living Overseas on a Dime. I hope you've been keeping well. It's getting into the colder time of year here in Winnipeg, and we are looking forward to being on the road soon. Stay tuned to find out what's going on with us and where we're heading. In today's video, we're going to be talking about living under $1,000 a month. This is the third part in our series of 3 on how to do so and what countries you can live for under $1,000 a month. This video is moving away from Europe and into Asia. So for today, let's have a look at the countries that we are considering in Asia to live under $1,000 a month. Now, get out of Europe and we move into Asia. I think, there's one country that you just can't forget when talking about retiring in Asia, and that's Thailand. Many people, when they think of Southeast Asia, they think of Thailand, they think of the beaches, they think of the temples, they think of the mountains. And you know what? They're not wrong. It really is a gorgeous country. We've been there, I think, 7 or 8 times, and we love it there. We love the people, we love the culture, we love the food. Now, it's not for everyone, especially some of the food is pretty darn spicy, but we love it. And it is definitely a place that is very high on our list. There's the islands like Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, Koh Tao. There's also on the west coast, there's Koh Lanta, Koh Phi Phi. Those are more for tourism, not really places you'd live. But funny enough, even Phuket, which is a very big tourist location, does have places outside of the main beach areas that are much more reasonable for living. Now, when you get more into the mountains, if the mountains are your thing, you also have places like Chiang Mai up north that are moderate size and have a lot of culture and mountains in the area. You do need to be aware that the northern area does have some smoke issues towards the end of the year and beginning of the year. So it's something to take into consideration if you want to have that as a permanent residence. But you know what? A lot of people do go down, say, to the beaches for a couple months or use those months as time to travel around the rest of Asia. When it comes to the retirement visa in Thailand, you pretty much have 2 options or a combination of those 2 options. The first is having about $20,000 it's tied to the baht in a bank account throughout the year. So that way they know that you have enough money to live in that time period. The other option is having around $2,000 of income per month, which, you know what, that's a lot of money for some people, and that definitely goes outside of our $1,000 US per month that we're looking at here. So I'd really consider Thailand if Asia is your thing and it's something that you want to be in Southeast Asia. It gives you a lot of options and things to consider. Okay, the final country on our list is the Philippines. The Philippines is a beautiful place, and a lot of people don't really generally consider it as a place that they could live long term, which I think is a mistake. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a humongous fan of Manila. It's a very big city. It's got a lot of big city problems, pollution, whatnot. But when you get out of the city and you get into the islands, the Philippines is just beautiful. And there are great people, and we love the Philippines. We've been there multiple times, and there are a lot of different islands to choose from, so it's not like you just have to go to one place. Philippines also has a lot of mountainous areas, if that's what you're into, the northern part of Luzon. There's just so many islands. There's Cebu, there's the Dumaguete area. There's really almost no limit to where you can live, and it's a place that you could really just spend years exploring. And the cost of living in the Philippines it's very cheap. So, you could probably find a place for quite a bit less than $500 US a month that's may even have a maid or something along those lines. So it's something you should definitely look into. Finally, the visa. It's called the SRRV Visa. And it's basically a retirement visa, and it has several requirements. The first requirement is a $20,000 deposit that stays in a bank This I think they call the Smile SRRV, and it's something that doesn't have any sort of age limits or anything along those lines. If you're over 50 and you have proof of more than $800 US a month in income, then you only need a $10,000 deposit. And in addition, if you're over 50 and you fulfill those requirements, you can use that money for a real estate purchase or something along those lines. So I really think you should consider the Philippines as somewhere to go check out, and have it as a potential location, as a place to retire for under $1,000 US a month. Well, I hope this video helped you out and helped you look into different possibilities for retiring for under $1,000 US a month. Now, I know some people might think that's kind of ridiculous, that barely covers my health insurance. Now, I'm not going to go into health insurance because that's a whole other animal, and you know what, the United States has crazy healthcare premiums that we here in Canada generally don't even consider. And you know what, that'll definitely be a video that I cover in the future. But for now, just have a look at these countries and think about where you can live for under $1,000 US a month. Take care and happy travels.